Welcome to This Is Not a Cult. I'm Mott's.
This is not a cult.
That's Mantis. And
this is Sherlock Holmes, not a cult.
Sherlock Chapter One, not a cult.
You know, if I didn't have something planned for the month of February, this would be very funny to follow this up with Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, actually, that would be funny. Or like a cult Cthulhu story.
Cthulhu story. You got a number of Lovecraftian stories. Got Cultist Simulator.
I was about to say, you have Cultist Simulator too.
Very bad Cultist Simulator, though. Anyway, we've got to find Kurt Menchio. He is wearing a mask with golden stars and is nervous.
I think I know where he is, but like, I'm gonna take a real quick look around.
Where do you think he is?
Oh. I'm pretty sure he's that guy. That one, with the cursor currently.
Yeah.
My reasoning? He's got stars, and he's standing all by himself, away from literally everyone. Kind of looking at everyone with this one glass. That doesn't scream I'm nervous at a party, I don't know what is. But...
Fair.
Let's see. So,
There's also this guy. Chilling out.
he is chilling out. But personally, this doesn't read to me as, like, fearful behavior. He is alone.
You'd think, though, that the Nighthawk...
Huh!
you'd think that,
Yeah.
like, it would mention in, like, the concentration here that someone is acting nervous.
Yeah, that's the only thing that does confuse me, is that I feel like that is true. Interesting.
This is where vocal was.
I know, I thought there was like a something on the floor when I think it's just a book that fell over. Nothing too concerning.
Yeah.
I just love the weird ones where it's like, can tell it's allergic to seafood, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you even know that?
Oh, well, do you want to go talk to the person we assume?
Yeah. Let's either prove or disprove my suspicions.
Kurt Manchios, I presume. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, you must be
yeah,
the
you were
one
right.
Werner told me about.
Thank you.
What a sweet voice you have. It must belong to a handsome young man. Can I call you Sherlock?
As you wish, Mr. Manchios. Mr. Vogel asked me to help you. The body in the altar room requires answers, and quickly. I suspect the murderer to still be here.
What? Lower your voice. I don't want anyone to hear us.
Could not be bothered. Could not be bothered.
Sherlock only has one tone of voice. It's exactly that tone.
You could just be like, hey, could I talk to you over here?
So about that murder.
Did you know Fabio well?
People are starting to look at us, Sherlock. Change the subject. I can't believe what happened to him. To me. Such an atrocity.
To you?
Think what it means for me. A wonderful evening for so many good, influential, and rich people has been ruined. I have betrayed all my promises of exotic delights.
Unless
I
you
don't
promise
understand.
someone
Surely
murder.
a murder would affect your reputation to a greater extent.
Right.
Isn't this why you are here? I thought you were a silent magician. Do your tricks and make it go away.
Yeah, I never said that I was silent.
Yes.
I actually was very clear with Vocal how much I like talking.
I was gonna say, if you think that Sherlock is silent, that's on Vogel.
You were
misled.
horrendously misinformed.
Also, we could walk away if you want to, but, you know, you're just standing there, so Sherlock's just gonna stand there.
Yeah.
I need to find all those who had the key to the altar room. As far as I know, Mr. Vogel, Fabio, and you had access to it. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. Also, Matista and Santos.
Okay.
Santos.
Okay.
Who is that?
Santos Pinchetti, my major domo. In his opinion, at least.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Pinchetti and Matista. Do you have somewhere I might have a private conversation with them?
Of course, of course. Let me think. Matista is entertaining the guests somewhere, and Santos... Oh, yes. He will be busy with the servants. Or the cook. What's that noise? What's going on?
Concerning.
I was either saying breaking or gunshots.
He's filth. You're under arrest.
What the fuck?
Police kicking in the door, from what it would seem.
Okay.
Oh dear. Oh.
Why are the police everywhere now?
Someone has, oh no. Something's going on.
Holy shit! The classical music. Okay, bye, Sherlock, I think? Okay, even... I know... Murder... This is a bit excessive. I know they're police, but this is a bit excessive.
So we've been arrested, it would seem.
Looks like it. At least it wasn't Sherlock being dragged away, because I saw that scruffy hair and immediately thought it was Sherlock. It's probably just another guy.
Yeah.
Committed a crime, and now I have to free you, kiss your hand, and apologize for the inconvenience, Your Grace.
I did tell you that Mr. Vogel and I were innocent. I emphasized it in my statement.
Your statement? Thanks to some bigwigs who work for the so-called good of the country by releasing fleas like you. Thank God we have Vogel in this letter. Once I get to that goldfish, I'll...
Bigwig? Oh, my wretched brother Mycroft and his long nose.
Wait, did you say Mycroft? Mycroft Holmes? Are you the youngest son of Violet Holmes, rest her soul?
You knew my mother?
Not personally, no. Not exactly. I was working on the paperwork for that case.
Would you happen to remember anything of the events?
Well, I didn't make the inquiry, but I remember seeing some notes. Why?
Perhaps we can negotiate.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can negotiate. I could be quite useful.
Huh. Got you hooked, right? You know what? Stark and the others think they're the smartest here, thanks to you. Let me get this straight. Are you listening to me, lad?
I'm all ears.
Take this case. Report to me only, to Constable Harvey Oswald. I'll leave everything I have on this table. Find the murderer. Be a real copper. Question the suspects, make them sing, give me something substantial.
And if Mr. Vogel is not a suspect?
If he's innocent, then you can take your favourite degenerate away from here. If you slip or mess with the evidence, then trust me, your brother won't save you from my bludgeon. Meanwhile, I'll be checking the archive for you. If anybody asks, then you're a consulting detective.
Let's make a start then, partner.
Okay.
I'm glad we managed to get the scoop before the raid.
I'd like to say... What were you gonna say there?
Somebody tipped off the police.
Yes. I like to say, I really like this setup. I do feel like the execution there was a little sloppy, as far as the writing department, but I like the setup. I think it's fun. Also, that could just be me. It's okay if it's just me. Following a report from a witness of the satanic ritual, who claimed to have found a body on the raid of Manchio's mansion was granted, it results in the arrest of multiple suspects and the dispersal of the group in masks and robes caught in the act of gross indecency and unnatural behavior. The body of the victim was found lying on an altar with a knife wound in his chest. The officers identified the victim Fabio, 20, local performer and artist. Arrested suspects Vogel. Vogel had a letter of an insulting nature in his possession, had been written by the victim. He claims to have found the body. He is infamous for his eccentric personality. Holmes carried a murder weapon, a dagger with the victim's blood, and other items of evidence. He was invited by another suspect, Vogel, presumably to obstruct the official investigation.
I love that, the fact that we pick up and keep evidence on our person actually came back to haunt us.
I love that.
Same thing, like, Sinking City, had, like, at one point the police point out the fact that we like to go traipsing into abandoned homes.
Mm-hmm. Frogwares. I love that. Manchios, the owner of the mansion, the organizer of the satanic party, paid the victim to participate in the ritual, had access to the crime scene. Matista, Fabio's partner and participant in the ritual, tried to escape, resisted arrest, owned a book with a description of the ritual performed in the altar room. Some guests are being temporarily detained for further questioning. Santos isn't on that list.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a key. This.
Back on track to solve the case.
Okay. Oh, the interrogation rooms. I, Santos Pinchetti, I am a witness to the reports of a suspicion of murder in the Manchios mansion of Gran Saray.
Santos is the one that,
ratted us out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He
us
went to
out
the
sounds
police.
like we did something, but yeah, he's the one who went.
I mean, but if he were to, say, have committed a murder and then hastily left the building, told the police, hey, I think there's been a murder.
You're suspecting a self-report.
I am suspecting a self-report. I think Santos is sus.
Mm-hmm. I think it might be true. We'll find out. During preparations for the social party, I heard loud noises coming from the closed altar room. Immediately, I thought of the sacrifice of a living being, overviewed by none other than Kurt Manchos. There was blood on the walls, strange symbols, and a dagger in the heart. As soon as I was able to think clearly, I rushed to the police station to report my findings. The station responded to the deposition by sending a patrol, while the witness left the station and went home.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
They just let the witness go.
They
Good
just let
job.
the witness go. Great job.
Great job.
Now,
10 out of 10 police work here.
if Santos isn't doing a self-report here, we did see that there was masks on, like, the table, and there was, of course, a cloak in the closet. So, if he's being genuine, he's thought he saw a murder, and he went to the police about it, and this isn't a self-report.
Yeah.
Obviously, whoever actually did it probably disguised themselves as Manchos, or, like, Santos just thought he saw.
Okay, but here's
that.
like the thing, like, Santos was supposed to be either with the servants or with the cook.
Yeah, that's
Meaning
true.
that he should be completely aware of what's going on.
That's true. So what is... Yeah,
Again, I'm sus.
No, you have a right to be sus. I'm just trying to think of every angle at the current moment. Provider of the ticket has permission to inspect all evidence in the case number 6260.
Okay, we've got a blinking mind palace there. What? Could scroll over Major Domo.
Oh, sure. As Major Domo, Santos Pinchetti has unlimited access to every room in the mansion.
Click that one and inform to the police.
Yeah, that probably does go together.
Yeah.
Had a key which he did not mention his deposition. Definitely. Oh shit, wrong one.
No, he just did that one.
Oh, we just did that one.
Focus mods.
I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
Santos informed the police. Vogel is held because of the letter. No.
It might not be any of these yet.
Maybe.
Well, actually, no. Let's look at the case.
We got a note that Santos is a suspect.
Constable Oswald is going to be in the this word archive. My brain.
What are the other ones?
Okay. This is the report. These are questions.
Okay, so we need to talk to Vogel. We have to mention about the cufflinks.
Oh yeah, he did have the cufflinks. They were in a little box.
Yeah.
Witness deposition for Santos.
Yeah. And the evidence ticket.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything to say, John?
What do you think, John?
I can't go back to prison.
Darn it, John.
John, no! Damn!
I mean, if the torture tools on the rack there aren't evidence enough.
Yeah.
Look, I found Werner.
Oh, thanks. I'm coming. Don't worry, we'll get you out of there, you crazy, stupid idiot. Who probably has something to do with my mother's murder.
Werner, are you alright?
Oh, yes. Everything's fine. In fact, it's something of a family reunion. My brother spent quite some time in this place himself.
Really?
You should not be here. I told the police everything I knew, but they refused to let you go. They require proof to free you.
Ha! What did you expect? The mighty Sherlock Holmes swans in, tells the officers what to think, and the world obeys?
Of course not. Anyway, I struck a deal with the constable, and I've got a free hand in the investigation. I find proof to solve the case for him. He obtains files about my mother's death for me.
Well done. If one has the power or will and can act, then one must. I wonder, suppose you couldn't get the proof to your truth. Would you tell a lie to the guard that enabled my freedom, knowing my innocence? Would that not be just?
I don't know. What would you say? That Sherlock's not really one to lie.
No. And we had that fight with Mycroft about lying.
Yeah.
I feel like Sherlock would be like, I would simply find the proof.
I would simply find the proof.
There are lines I will not cross, Werner. I will do my best to secure your release, but with proof, not deception.
Really? How many white lies have you told on this island? Why not for me? Why not another?
That is absurd. I can resolve this without compromises. Do not give up hope.
Okay, so we can ask him some stuff.
I'm not supposed to know anything about this.
Okay.
I can't follow you here.
Okay.
I have learned who told the police about the crime. It was Santos Pinchetti,
Do I know him?
the major domo of the manor. He cleans up after you.
Well, then he does his job perfectly. All but invisible. I couldn't tell you the first thing about him.
Hey, wait, hold on. I'm back here.
I know you can untangle this
I guess
mess.
that was the only thing we needed to ask him about.
Okay.
What a bunch of losers.
Is there anyone else that we need to talk to?
I feel like there probably is.
Why are these people allowed to drink? Oh,
What the fuck?
Don't look at them. They'll serve us if necessary.
No, they will not. You're at the police station. That's the archive.
I suppose we could talk to him. We do have a suspect to go find.
Oh, you're right. Let's vote.
Have you considered Mr. Santos Pinchetti as a suspect?
The snitch? Have you seen him? I mean, my breath could knock him down. What's so special about him?
As a major domo, he has keys that open all the rooms, including the one to the crime scene. Could have testified only to circumvent suspicion, don't you think? We need to question him.
Right. I'll send our men to fetch him. Stay here. They brought him in, Mr. Holmes. Here's the key to interrogation room number 7. Mr. Pinchetti didn't even resist, our men said.
Thank you.
Alright, so we've definitely got more people in rooms to talk to.
Yeah.
I think that was our room. Or maybe this was our room. No, definitely wasn't.
This area is restricted.
Okay. Lots of interrogation rooms.
And they have a whole party to interrogate.
Good day, Mr. Mantios. I am Constable Oswald's partner in this investigation.
Be quick and gentle. Some of your colleagues are untrained boors. Although I don't mind meeting young officers. The new blood here.
If you cooperate in
we're
finding
still
Fabio's
wearing them.
murderer,
Yes.
there will be no need to meet with the Boers again.
That voice. Werner's friend? You're the policeman. What a disappointment.
Only an undercover agent can scour a ditch full of deviants. I am a consulting detective, although I'm capable of replacing the entire department through my consultation.
Sharp tongue,
Humble,
I like
too.
it. May I presume this tongue will get us out of this trouble? I would be so indebted and glad to repay you.
Nothing's changed. I'm looking for the murderer. That's the only way to get us out of trouble.
But it shouldn't take much time, correct? We're all busy after all.
I need
your
to
ass
examine
down.
you first.
Sit your ass down. Okay, where's makeup? Red spots. Exposure to
Oh.
hair dye.
Interesting.
So,
He's not a natural black-haired individual.
no. Unless he was wearing something recently. Washed hands in a hurry.
Mantios, you are rising on the suspect ladder.
Yes. Or, well, means Santos, right?
This is Mantios.
Oh, this is Mantios. Okay.
Yeah.
My brain. Not happening
It's
today.
okay.
Lavishly expensive.
He's extremely rich, eccentric, and frivolous. He is the organizer of the parties for Cordona's elite and the owner of the Mantios mansion. He spends his life in the company of similarly overprivileged people. However, Mr. Mantios wishes to hide his true age from the younger participants of his parties. He is concerned with aging to the point where he uses makeup and hair dye to look younger.
Oh, sorry.
Is there more?
Yes, there is. Well, oh. No.
No. Okay.
Kurt Mantios is extremely rich, eccentric, and frivolous. He is the organizer of the parties of Cordona's elite and the owner of the Mantios Manor. He spends his life in the company of similarly overprivileged people. However, his being sociable in this manner has made him cautious regarding his health. He uses chemicals and hair dye to clean and improve himself to the extent that it damages his skin.
I'm definitely on the side of hides his age.
Yep.
You are a little over the top with your use of makeup, Mr. Mantios. Is it so difficult for you to acknowledge your age?
Well, Sherlock, that's easy for you to say to an old man when you look as though you are barely 15.
But still, it shouldn't be an issue for someone of your status.
For people of my age, it isn't an issue, no. But the younger ones can be so afraid of wrinkles and grey flecks. I have to adapt.
Such a methodical man who cares for his body but misses the soap under his fingernails. Are you so impatient, or perhaps even impulsive?
I wouldn't call myself that. Silly little details. If I missed it, it wasn't important. Or rather, it was less important than who or what I was focused on.
So he's a suspect, like you said now.
Yeah.
Concerning.
What was Fabio like? His personality, his habits? Anything you can tell me?
He was the brightest star of my parties. Young, magnetic, and full of energy. I don't even want to mention his beauty. Otherwise, I'll be sobbing.
An expensive champion, I imagine.
His performances were flawless. He deserved his payment. Do you think he was murdered because of money?
Possibly. What about the other guests? Were they used to opening their wallets as well?
I wouldn't restrict my guests from anything. I'm sure Fabio received a few coins from others for his services.
Mr. Vogel told me a little about your parties, but I would like to know more directly from you.
I'm all yours, Sherlock. You have me arrested and locked here. with you alone.
I'd like to know who you usually invite to your parties.
Free minds who are able to leave reality for an evening, who can taste forbidden fruit without prejudice. There is nothing that quite spices up life like these parties, assuming one is old enough and has worked many years for the good of one's country.
Oh, all true labourers, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you invite Mr. Vogel as your special guest?
He's a pretty fellow. He's capable of
He's a pretty
surprising the
fellow.
public. He has a talent for saying words that no one else would wish to either say or hear.
I suppose I can't argue with that.
He is a free addition to the eccentricity of the party, which is fine by me, as long as it enhances my party.
Yes, we can definitely show him the cufflinks.
Cufflinks, your cufflinks. There we are. Let's talk about that.
You bought an expensive pair of cufflinks for Fabio. Were they his price? Or were they a tip or an exclusive?
It was pure business. Fabio escorted me a few times. I was merely showing my gratitude.
This pair cost a small fortune. You must be extremely grateful then. Tell me more.
You've thrust a knife in an exposed nerve, Sherlock. Yes, he was my protege and my beacon also. With my experience,
He was doing a
and
lot
his
for you.
we could have achieved anything. I had faith in him. I would have made him.
I don't entirely think I am on the side of he was your protege.
Yeah, not buying it.
I've no idea about that.
Okay, I can't just ask that question.
Do you have any idea who tipped off the police to raid your mansion, Mr. Mantis?
Of course. It was you. I could even say you Sherlocked me in here.
A good guess, but the wrong one. The fellow who did that was Mr. Pinchetti, your major domo.
What? Santos? But how could he even know? If he's not the murderer himself. The ungrateful swine. He has dared to besmirch my reputation.
Not a very eloquent choice of words.
What should I call him then, since he's a snitch? Make him talk, Sherlock. I'm quite certain he knows more about the murder than he has told the police.
Interesting. Well, I'll be back. Oh, hey, you must be Matista.
Yeah.
I'm Sherlock Holmes. I'm helping Constable Oswald. You are Matista, Fabio's friend.
This body, yes, it's Matista. But it's a mere shell that will die someday. Just like Fabio.
Okay.
Condolences?
Please accept my condolences for your friend.
Thank you.
I'm just here to ask questions and find Fabio's murderer.
It will not bring Fabio back.
I mean, we can at least figure out who did it. Occult tattoo. Alright, she has bruises on her neck. Oh dear. She self-harms.
Yeah.
She's nervous.
I mean, it's pretty good reason to be nervous.
That might be a similar slave
Yeah.
burn mark branding iron, because Fabio had the same thing.
Yeah, same symbol too.
Concerning. Alright, so Miss Tista, the performer and Fabio's partner, has had a difficult life. She was branded and enslaved while still a child. While enslaved, she met Fabio, hence their similar branding. Old scars are the result of her slavery during adolescence. She continues to be haunted by these traumatic events. She has a genuine interest in mysticism, since she has a tattooed on her body with occult symbols. Matista tries to get over her past, and the life of a performer seems to be an opportunity for her to earn money.
Or, I think the entire first paragraph is the same.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Batista seems to be pragmatic about her body. After years of abuse, she sells herself to the guests who do whatever they want to her. She's not afraid to step over the line. Also, Batista marks her body with ink. I'm like, on the one hand, I feel like the mysticism of the first one
Yeah,
fits,
I kind
but
of
feel
lean on
like
that direction.
the description here kind of fits with how she's acted.
Yeah.
She kind of doesn't connect really with her physical body here.
Yes. Also, she just snapped.
Yes. What do you think?
I kind of lean on the first one.
Okay.
Fabio and yourself were slaves, am I correct? You have a similar branding on your body.
Yes. It was a long time ago.
Couldn't help but also notice fresh cuts upon your forearms.
The cuts helped me to forget my past, to cover the old wounds and hide them.
How did you escape?
Something happened. One night the master fell down the stairs. I made him fall, and he died. We ran away that day.
Good job.
We managed to get on a ship and traveled here, to Cordona. Fabio and I started a new life here. It was very hard at first, but it became better with time. Until today.
The bruises on your neck are not self-inflicted. Someone else made them.
Some guests can't contain themselves. They even bite, sometimes.
I'm not sure that looks like a hickey or something to me. I could be wrong. I mean, I guess it could also be just a guest getting really violent, but I don't know. We'll see. Hi.
Mr. Pinchetti?
Ah, you're
A pleasure to meet you. I'm
Santos.
Sherlock Holmes. I'm helping Constable Oswald.
I've already told him everything I know. I'm only a witness, sir. Everything's in my report.
And I've read it. You forgot to mention that you hold the keys to the room where Fabio was found. I need only to find if the crime was intentional.
But I need to return to my duties.
I doubt
No,
the
no,
house will fall without you, Mr. Pinchetti. Just be still for a few seconds.
Yes, the house that's swarming with police officers, yes, you must attend to cleaning up the crime scene.
Interesting. On the shoes. Blood
Stepped in blood.
spatter.
I mean, he does admit to have been in the crime scene.
Hatched holes. This is repaired. Yeah, you're right. They do look. That suit does look like it's been repaired a couple times.
Yeah.
Colored more than once. So this is a used suit, definitely.
Yes.
Santos Panchetti is the head servant of the Machios Manor. Despite being employed at the highest position within the household, he appears to be poor. Despite not having enough money, Mr. Pinchetti spends as little of it as possible. Cheap makeup hides the imperfections on his body in an attempt to look more modern. Mr. Pinchetti has dyed his suit on several occasions. To save even more money, the major domo appears to be have personally repaired multiple holes in his suit. Yeah, this is the same opening sentence.
His body shows symptoms of psoriasis. Mr. Pinchetti hides his damaged skin under layers of makeup. The majordomo's suit had multiple holes that had been patched or sewn. To renovate the suit's look, Mr. Pinchetti had dyed it.
I think I'd probably go with this one. What do you think?
I don't know.
Do we think that he's like... See, this one is like he's a penny pincher.
Yeah.
And this one is he doesn't have money, that's why his suit's like this. That's why I'm leaning on this direction. I feel like that's more likely, but...
This doesn't particularly mention that he doesn't have money. It just mentions that, like he appears to be poor. So that could be him actually being poor, like he's not paid enough for this. Or it could be similar to like the terrible miser there. He doesn't want to spend that money.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
I'd like to say, it does say has financial difficulties.
Yeah.
To me, that would say that he is more poor than this one. Personally, anyway.
You can say it if you'd like. I'm not really sure. A lot of them I find
somewhat are the same thing, maybe with a slight
no.
deviation.
Like, some of them like fixate on certain details.
Yeah.
While others fixate on different details in like the description, and it's kind of hard to figure out because like some details just get completely overlooked.
Yeah.
And obviously that's part of the challenge there is you notice all these clues and you're supposed to put together like who they are based on them.
Yeah.
You are the majordomo of a rich mansion, and you seem barely able to afford decent clothing. You hide under heavy makeup a skin disease that might be treated with more onerous but less harmful means. Do you have money troubles?
I do not have a lot of means. The pay is below what you might expect.
But you could easily change your job if your employer does not meet your elementary needs.
One can change his employer, that is true.
And the blood on your shoe, where does that come from?
I don't actually know. Perhaps from a guest?
Someone had a nosebleed.
A guest named Fabio, perhaps.
Yeah.
Did you know Fabio?
Not personally. He was a frequent guest, and cleaning the mess after his performances was tedious. Mr. Manchios always had a role for him, and mainly the leading one. The parties were always Fabio-centric.
And Batista? Was she as popular as her partner?
Don't tell her I said this, but I do not think so. Mr. Manchios hired her only because Fabio refused to work without her. Mr. Manchios used to see her as a worker. She was tasked with entertaining the guests, unlike Fabio, who could pick and choose.
Interesting.
And there's a bunch of stuff he had with him.
Was there an evidence box with the other guys?
No.
I recognize the key from the altar room among these.
Small note attached to the will says, Santios, my hopeful slug, you begged me to include you in my will, so I did. Here's my latest revision of the will, Kurt. Text under will note, Santos Pachetti, the majordomo of I don't know why my words are not working today. The major.
It is a lot of like Italian, I think.
Yes, I'm putting much shame on my Italian ancestry today. Of the Manchios mansion, receives a jar of mustache wax and a salt lamp that he might always remember his caring employer, Kurt Manchios.
Wow.
So Santos wanted to be in the will, oddly enough. And of course he was kind of wronged. Am I allowed to talk to you about stuff?
Yeah, apparently.
Tell me about this.
Mr. Manchios says that you begged him to be included in the heritage. Isn't that a little extreme, even for a majordomo?
He's not only my employer, he's my uncle.
Well.
Oh!
And I'm his next of kin.
Oh my goodness!
The only one. Mr. Manchios flatly refuses to pay a family member. All I have to do is repay his so-called love, cleaning up the filth after perverts and decadents. He's imprisoned me. The best I can hope for is a new broom. That's why I wanted to have my part of the inheritance.
Is it that bad? You have a roof above your head, a salary, and the status of a majordomo.
For God's sake. I'm forced to dye and stitch my threadbare clothes, and the holes in my shoes are painful. I'm ashamed every time a guest looks at me closely.
Why do you think your uncle treats you this way?
My mother, my uncle's sister, had me illegitimately. She died, and I was given the surname of one of the maids.
But you are entitled to some of the money that belongs to your family.
He thinks not. I was not responsible for my mother's death. I work hard, and he pays me nothing. I feed on the leftovers. While he wastes our estate's property on decadent parties, he paid Fabio handsomely and showered him with expensive gifts for their disgusting relationship.
Now, Santos, don't be a homophobe.
Don't be a homophobe, Dick.
Now, I will say...
It sucks!
I am still pretty sure that you're the one that did it. But, like...
Definitely
you
has
seem kinda,
means and motive.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he wasn't fucked over by shit, but
Oh,
you
no.
know.
Like... hey, let's open, like, the Mind Palace casebook and stuff. Oh, we got another thing to talk to.
Oh, can we actually talk about the evidence ticket? Why would we be able to talk about the evidence ticket?
I don't know. Oh, we could probably ask,
we should ask
Mantios about that.
Holy fuck! It's never been this full. Holy shit.
Well, let's go talk to Mantios and get more full.
Yeah, you're right. No, let's do that. I think that would be funny. Let's do it.
Hey, D.
Hey, dude. What the fuck?
I read the letter about your will. A harsh method of ridiculing Santos. I doubt he will use mustache wax when he wears no mustache to begin with.
Where did you get it? Is the slug here? Tell him I shouldn't have to provide for him. He's a grown man who shouldn't sit on his uncle's neck. He conceives himself as my only heir.
And who is he to you?
He's a leech on my aging body. He has only added problems to my life since the death of his mother.
I fail to see why you made him your major domo.
He needed to know his place, so I taught him.
I just need to have a word with the detective. We're gonna slap this man.
Yes.
We're gonna slap this man, detective.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. So.
Fabio was assaulted in a nearby room. Blood on Pinchetti's shoe.
Nice. No?
No?
Yeah.
Well, we certainly could do murder or clean themselves with Kurt has a washing routine. Or whatever you... yeah.
Sorry, I saw that and was like, no, I'll lose it! Yo. And then murder, clean himself. Washing.
It was extra scrupulously
No.
clean, but
Oh. I guess it's the same person, so.
yeah.
I guess it probably could have worked either way.
Maybe. Yeah. Mantis gave Fabio expensive gifts. He had feelings for Fabio. No?
Nope. I mean, that is definitely true, but... No.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably be saying these things out loud. Pinchetti's efforts are in vain, has been forced to work for Kurt Machios in a desperate hope of obtaining inheritance, but that hasn't paid off. And those two didn't work together.
Try Batista has fresh bruises with Fabio assaulted.
Okay. Bruised by guest? Bruised by... Fabio bruised her.
Probably bruised by guests.
Until we have more to say that she was definitely involved. Not that she doesn't have, like, some possible motive, but it's only possible. Like, we don't know if she actually feels jealousy towards Fabio or not.
Yeah. Oh, blood on the shoe with cleaned themselves.
Nice. Santos failed to notice a bloodstain on the side of his shoe while cleaning himself after the murder. You know, if he was the murderer, but Either way, he obviously failed to notice that. It astonishes me these two are somehow not related.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Inform the police.
Oh, hey! Missed the blood spatter.
Yeah, or he stepped in blood.
Interesting. I don't think any of that makes with vocal. These two don't fit.
Actually try vocal with, like, feelings for Fabio.
Nope.
No, okay. So we still have more pieces to uncover.
Oh, sir. Hang on.
Continue our investigation while I look for the papers.
Oh, okay. There's the thing we need to talk about with, like, the...
Evidence slip.
Yeah.
Is it vocal by chance?
Oh, maybe vocal.
The air here is rather refreshing. I'd even recommend that some of my friends visit the place.
Please let me out.
No.
I can't wrap my head around such a tragedy at my party.
I know I can handle the news.
Okay! So literally everyone?
There's gotta be someone else. Maybe,
Hang on.
what you looking for? To inspect all evidence. In the evidence room.
This area is restricted.
We need to go to the evidence room.
Where's the evidence room?
I don't know. Wait, hang on, stop. On the other side of the archive. What does that say?
Inspectors?
Now, this is the, inspector room.
Did you hear Basilio
Oh.
Capello is in jail? A dead body was found in his showroom.
Did I do that wrong?
Apparently.
Please start gossiping again. Nope.
They really don't want to gossip around you.
No.
We do also need to stop soon.
Oh, do we really?
Yes, it's
Evidence
been
room. Oh, you're
50
right.
minutes.
Should we start with the evidence room next time?
Yeah, probably.
Alright, well that was informative.
Yes.
I don't know who it is yet, but we'll figure it out.
Well, I think we can firmly say it's either Batista,
Yeah.
Mantis,
Yeah.
or Santos.
That's all of them.
It's definitely one of those three.
Mantis, that's all of them.
But you know who it's not? It's not vocal.
Correct. Alright, well, we'll see you guys next